Hello and welcome back to my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV within the Final Fantasy Marathon, and in this episode I will be continuing to complete high-end trials and raids. So without further ado, let's get into it. Of course, the Warring Triad is going very badly. Past two streams I've tried to do the Fiend, we've got into it and it just simply hasn't worked, but we've got to try again. It is midnight, so there's a chance that we just simply don't get it, but we might as well try. Because I'm streaming quite late, so I just got back in, been busy all day, been out all day, but had to get it in because got to keep the grind going. At the moment I care more about this than the uni degree. Got my life standards set perfectly. Oh god. Right, let's go. Word of the demonstration and its resolution outstripped you, Aramir. Every man, woman and child of Ishgard has heard the tale. It is rumoured that my youngest lack of judgment was to blame. Of course, such stories are prone to exaggeration. What exactly came to pass? I see. So that is the truth of it. Regardless of his intent, the result is undeniable. He has furthered the cause of these misguided few who cannot let go of the past. In an instant, the delicate peace we were poised to forge is once more beyond us. To dwell so deeply on the war and the vengeance it begets, only for that to be taken away. Is it any wonder that they were left bereft? For what was this sacrifice? Have we naught to show for our suffering? I thought peace a sufficient salve, but mayhap I was mistaken. We are warriors, Lord Edmond, and ours is a nation built on centuries of warfare. Right or wrong, this is who we are, and we deny it at our peril. To hold on to the past without being beholden to it, aye, we must needs find a way to honour the sacrifice of our forefathers without glorying in their excesses. A difficult path, to be sure. We dare not deny the scars which mar our nation's soul, lest we spare our other delusioned souls to retrace them. Or disillusion, sorry. But, as you say, we dare not revel in past glories either, for they are tainted all. A clear, unambiguous enemy, and an undeniably righteous cause. 'Tis a bitter reflection. But lies though they were, they did long serve to unite us. No truth will ever serve us as well, I fear, yet we are not without options. At our last meeting, a proposal was tabled by the other members of the Aeolsian Alliance to join military exercises, to strengthen the ties between our nations, and test our readiness to meet with a common threat. I had thought to delay these exercises until the peace conference, but mayhap a grand melee would be just a thing to lift our beleaguered spirits. Bloody hell. Better still, the occasion for the Temple Knights and the Watch to take the field as allies, a unified Ishgardian force filled with men and women from all walks of life, which would stand against a coalition of the allied nations' finest. Hosted by Ishgard in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment, a victory under such circumstances would serve as a reaffirmation, nay, a declaration to all the sundry that we are as strong and united as ever. Such a victory would do much to fan the flames of patriotism. It is true, but if we should be defeated, though, even to hold our own against the cream of free nations might be presented as a triumph. Very well, you may count on my support for what little it is worth. However, I have a request. I'd have my son, Aman Lane, take part in the grand melee. By his deeds he has brought shame upon Ishgard, and so by his deeds I would have him bring our nation honour. As you wish, my lord. If that is his desire, then it shall be so. Now then, we have no time to lose, Aramir. Would you be so kind as to deliver my instructions to Lucia? I shall write to the Alliance leaders at once and begin making arrangements for the grand melee. Should you chance to see my son, pray inform him of his duty. If he has not already returned, he will soon enough, making every effort to avoid me. So that is our solution, a grand melee to unite the people. And what part would they have you play in this affair, I wonder, you whom they have taken into their confidence, upon whom they have come so heavily to rely? And will you oblige them when the proposition is made? Will you stand for Ishgard once more? Hello Richard, how are you? Well, I'm streaming late, but I've been out since 12:30. Which is brilliant, but there we are. Well, when you put it like that, I suppose it would be a shame not to see it through to the bitter end. So for this grand melee of his, Sir Aymeric wishes to field a force comprising both his Temple Knights and Hilda's Watch, yes. I can only imagine what she will have to say about that. In fact, curiosity compels me to go and see for myself. Well, Maramir, have you spoken with Sir Aymeric? Good, I'm glad you're good. I was aware of the Alliance's request, so Sir Aymeric would turn these exercises into a spectacle for the masses. It is not that I doubt the efficacy of such a plan, indeed. I know its effectiveness only too well, having witnessed it firsthand. Nevertheless, he has not once given me reason, and it's blinked off, we have to wait, to doubt his intentions, and these are desperate times indeed. I will select knights for the event forthwith. As for the watch... Did he now? How considerate of Master Thancred to seek out our young watch commander of his own volition. Alas, he acted prematurely, pre-delivered his list of watch candidates to Hilda. I would have her best men, not her most dispensable. Well. Thancred's been telling me all about Sir Aymeric's grand soiree. Seems we're expected to join in. It is nice to... put my teeth back in. It's nice of him to invite us and all, but I hope he knows what he's doing, because we ain't dressed to dance with professional bleeding soldiers. Well. Seems the first commander's gone and handpicked the guests. Can't say I disagree with her choices, though. She's got a good eye. Will you be fighting too? Reckon it'd inspire the lads if you were. Might take their minds off getting their hides tanned and all. Think about it, eh? I hate to ask, but you haven't seen our favourite lordling, have you? I thought not. On the assumption that he is not to be found in his father's loving embrace, I suggest we split up and look for him. I'll search foundation, and you the pillars. Well, there we are. Just went out shopping, and then I had a dissertation meeting at 3. Stayed out for a couple of drinks, but then it just ended up turning into quite a big thing. Ended up having, I guess, a full day out. It was a good day. It means now that I won't go out on Wednesday or Friday, because I don't have the money to spunk on multiple days, so... I carried Honorar to the manor, our best chirurgeons attending to him as we speak. He has yet to wake, but surely he will. So Father has volunteered for this grand melee of theirs. My beloved family, always making my decisions for me. You have no room to speak. You fucked up. No, it's not like that. It's just... Oh, you wouldn't understand. How could you? You are free to be the man you want to be, whereas I am a son of House for Tom, don't you see? My future was determined before I was born. What I could and could not do. Right or wrong, that was the way of it, until the old order began to crumble. Now we wander amidst the rubble, searching for a purpose, for a place. All around me, brave men and women rise to the occasion. With faith and conviction, they dedicate themselves to their causes, but not I. I was terrified of making the wrong choice. This is why I let better men make them for me. Do this, do that, take this duty, guard this conference. I suppose I had convinced myself I was above it, until your friend showed me otherwise. When I saw Honor Ra, I wanted to scream. I wanted someone to blame, but in the end, there was only me. Only me. So you see, I cannot meekly bow my head and accept Father's command. Such cowardice is what brought me to this point. I will go to Sir Aymeric, and I will make my own decision. Good. Because you, Don, fucked up. There we go.
Lord Commander, if I may, I wish to speak with you before the Grand Melee.
Proceed.
How do you do it, my lord? How do you lead with such certainty, when so many of our countrymen will not hear of peace with the Dravanians? Some of them hate you almost as much as the dragons themselves. They decry you as a patricide in the streets. They even tried to kill you, for God's sakes. Yet still you march on, undaunted, where no archbishop dared to tread.
For centuries, our nation has been punished for the sins of our forefathers. If our punishment is to end, I believe we must right the wrongs of antiquity and move forward as a nation united. Needless to say, my father did not share this opinion. He did not believe the people strong enough to bring about their own deliverance, trusting only in himself. Tyranny seemed to him the only solution. But I have faith in the people, Lord Amanalain. I have faith that they will weather this storm and overcome every trial we set before them. Many have fought and died to see this blight upon our nation's history cleansed, and I would not let their sacrifices be in vain. Though we invite reprisals, the risk is worth the reward.
I want to believe. I do. Lord Commander, through my careless orders, a pall has been cast over these proceedings, and I beg the opportunity to make amends.
Well, here we go. We're doing the Fist of the Father, one of the 12 Alexander ones, extreme. Because this will take up a bulk of what I have left to do today. Well, not just today. We go on in chat shit. Bit inebriated. There you go. But still good enough to stream. Ding dang ding. same thing, I guess. All the dungeons are still short, it's just a bit more difficult. Bloody hell. Things have to be up for 11 tomorrow. So it's not like we've got to get up too early. Like Mondays have to be up for 9. I have to get up for 11. Having a good day out and then drinking a bit. Fine, perfectly fine. As long as I get up. But to be honest, there are strikes ongoing, which really put me off of actually attending stuff in uni because I just simply can't be fucked. I cannot be fucked. Because it's just off-putting. I've seen this cutscene before. It's so off-putting having no, like honestly, hello Scott, but honestly Richard, like this month in March there's 18 days of strikes. From this week onwards I'm missing like half my shit because it's not on. But yeah, they'll moan at you if you don't turn up to one fucking thing. Like, I honestly, actually no, I can't be bothered anyway. Now I have no motivation to do anything because half of it's called off anyway. It's just a shame really. As long as I do the work, we're all good I guess. But yeah. Literally what I'm going to do for the rest of this term now is I'm going to set alarms to get up for my seminar or lecture or whatever. If I fall back asleep or oversleep, not my problem, I just don't go to it. As simple as that at this point. They literally shot themselves in the foot, so they're uni lecturers who need to go on strike because they don't make enough money. What the fuck is the point of doing uni if you don't end up getting enough money anyway? But you know, I should be coming down for Saturday night. I do not know yet. I have to basically make sure I do not go out again this week if I do come down for Saturday, because I don't really fancy spunking too much money because I need to be careful. But of course it all depends. But I should be coming down either way. I know there's some things that might not be happening, and the night might not go as originally planned, but if I do come down I'll at least know. It all depends. Quick. There we go. Then you see these cutscenes again, we've already seen them. I said it all depends on what I do for the rest of the week. I just realised I just did the normal one off, for fuck's sake. Just wasted that time there, but oh well. Do. Too easy to do that. There we are. Didn't take too long at least, right, I've seen this. There we go. God help me, I think it might be love. I dare say it might be cheating too. Your mere presence is enough to turn the tide of most battles. Did you see the way his eyes lit up when you nodded? 'Twas a look of boundless relief and joy. One would think a politician more practised at concealing this emotion. Still, his honesty does him credit. For a moment, I was fair inspired to pledge myself to the cause, but that would be improper. This is their fight, and yours, but not mine. Sir Aymeric informs me that the Alliance leaders have agreed to his proposal. The Grand Melee will be held here in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment and in sight of the capital. An announcement has been made and Allied forces are currently en route. The eyes of Ishgard are upon us. Aramir, we must not fail. A rare opportunity to see you pit yourself against Allied forces. Outside of Cartanu, perhaps. I would not miss this for the world. Jesus Christ, Scott. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. There he is, I say. When you didn't appear, I began to question. Nothing. Never mind. To think that we were mere moments away from facing the cream of Eorzea's soldiery in battle. There I am, mere. But what if? Oh, what am I saying? I have to stop imagining the worst. I must think of the victory, of the glory, of the stories I will tell Honorar when he awakes. Let's have to take the duty finders off while we do this, and then boom. By the Fury, how could I forget? Father bid me present this to you. I know it is sudden, but we believe the men would find it inspiring if you bore the colours of House for Tom into battle. Pray do us this honour. Do 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 do. That's Limsa. On the right, on the left, it's Gridania, and in the middle is Thingy's son. You look like Horshathon.
Let all here present heed well the rules of engagement.
The Grand Melee is a large-scale battle in which an allied company of Uldan, Gridanian and Laminsan forces will be pitted against a company of Ishgardian forces. The combatant is incapacitated. The opposing company will be awarded tactical points. I'm so tired. You know what, fuck it. If I don't wake up for 11, I don't really care. Anyway, the first company to attain a designated tactical rating of 100 points is declared the victor. Yeah, boy. During the Grand Melee, officiants may mark certain combatants with the Fury's gaze, which will be indicated by an ethereal tether linking them to their company's flag. While defeating most combatants will award you company 1 tactical point. Defeating marked combatants will award your company 10 tactical points. I know, I'm yawning, I'm so tired. Marked combatants also possess enhanced attributes, rendering them more powerful and more difficult to defeat. Defending and defeating these combatants is the key to victory. Right.
For the honor and the glory of Ishgard.
I like how we've all of a sudden become an Ishgardian, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, hello. With his one arm. It's Rawbarn. Oh, then you've got them up there. Melwib, Carney, Senna, and I forgot the Sultan's name.
Ready, then.
No, there we go.
Very well.
Woken up from her sleep.
Brave men and women of the Eorzean Alliance, let the Grand Melee begin!
So Nanamo's voice actor has also changed, but oh well. I'm a dog, woof woof. Quite a cool thingy.
Is that all you've got?
That's 10 points. Thank you. You have to look out for whoever is tethered. It's Pippin. Okay, no problem. I mean, to be fair, I have streamed quite late, so it makes sense. There we go. Nice and easy. Cyclops. Cyclops, Cyclops, everyone on your guard. All forces, fall back. Continue the melee, I will deal with him. Darth Sod, you heard the man, back to it. All forces, form a line on Aramir now. Well met, I will not lie, I was hoping it would come to this. So then, shall we dance? Damn it all. Let's face Rob on. Just the two of us. Doot diddle doot doot doot. Do do do. Ba-da-ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. There we are.
Did he win? Then we...
Victory is ours! Ishgard! Ishgard! Well fought, my friend. You truly are the warrior of warriors.
Thank the Fury you were on our side.
Do 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 do.
Oh, my lungs are burning, and I can barely stand. I didn't think I could do it, but then I did. We did. We faced the Alliance's best, and together, with one heart, with one purpose, we prevailed. After 1,000 years of hardship, of strife and bloodshed, we are strong enough to rise to any challenge, be it on the battlefield or beyond. The future holds so much promise, so much joy. We need only show them the way.
A truly magnificent display, Sir Knight. While doubtless less than pleased, I am quite sure the Grand Companies are honored to have been bested by such valiant warriors.
The honor was ours, Your Grace.
I am pleased to see that Ishgard's proud martial tradition is being upheld. When the time comes, I trust you will fight alongside your brothers and sisters in the Eorzean Alliance with the same fervor you displayed in opposing them. I note that our friend elected to take the field in Ishgardian colors.
At my behest, Your Grace. If we have given offense, the blame lies with me.
Fear not, Sir Knight. It was a surprise, nothing more. And any hint of ill feeling was thoroughly dispelled by the spectacle of our mutual friend's duel with General Raubarn. On the subject of surprises, I could not help but marvel at the passion and unity of purpose displayed by your countrymen, given the troubling reports we have received of late.
I shall take that as a compliment, Your Grace. The events to which you allude are the price of change. The end of the Dragonsong War marks the beginning of a new era for our nation, and for the people, high and lowborn alike, who will lead her into the future.
Ah, yes. The people. Change is indeed a perilous thing, for we who seek it, and they who fear it. I shall pray for Ishgard, and for you.
Well, that made for a refreshing change. Congratulations on your victory, by the way. Ishgardians certainly seem happy with themselves. I, for my part, am merely glad you did not strain anything in the process of single-handedly winning the battle for them. Tis but a scratch, I assure you, and I will not suffer you to worry over me. Not when we have a dozen far more important concerns. Make that 2 dozen. Still, as Y'shtola never tires of telling me, we can but face them head-on, one at a time. One day at a time. as Minfilia would have done.
Foul's balls, I'd forgotten what it was like to feel so alive. Not since leaving the blood sands have I had the privilege. Not since the bull of Alamigo hung up his swords. Back then the outcome might have been different, but I do not begrudge you or your victory. I know how far you have come, how much you have endured. Our fight only confirmed it. We shall have to this again one day. When time allows, I shall look forward to it. Now go to the Ish Gardens and celebrate your victory. You have earned it. Come, Pippin, her grace is expecting us. Lead on, father. Said your goodbyes? In all the years I've known Rauban, I cannot recall ever seeing him look so happy in defeat. Well, everything seems to be falling into place, does it not? The Ishgardens have claimed their symbolic victory, and the Eorzean alliance has been strengthened in the process. Be proud, Aramir, you have made this happen. We have done it. Nay, you have done it. You have brought us the victory we so desperately needed. There is naught left but to return to the capital. Come, let us see what reception awaits us.
My lord!
Oh, it's Honorwa.
Honorwa, my boy. Shouldn't you be in bed?
Thank you for your concern, my lord. But I have largely recovered from my ordeal, and I have naught but several scars to show for it, which I have been told some women may find appealing.
I see. And to think I was worried sick over you.
I'm not sure I understand, my lord.
Well, let's put that theory to the proof, shall we?
My lord?
'Twould seem that a great many things have occurred in my absence. I thought I might begin to make amends by welcoming you in person.
The messengers spared not their chocobos to bring us word of your victory in the grand melee. I cannot well describe our elation when we heard the news. It called to mind the day we rejoined the Eorzean alliance, and I glimpsed hope rekindled in the eyes of the people.
The Fury herself ushers us into a new era. Sir Emmerich, the time is now.
Aye, that it is. Reconvene the conference and summon Vidofnir to Falcon's Nest. We will make peace with Hraesvelga's brood and hasten this bloody war to its end.
Yes, Lord Commander.
I will send word to Artoirel and bid him resume preparations. Emmanuel, you will place yourself at your brother's disposal. He will be glad of your assistance.
He needs to prove himself now and not fuck it up.
No stopping it now, is there? We should inform Y'shtola and the others.
My dear friend, I doubt I will ever be able to thank you enough. But when the conference is successfully concluded, I damn well mean to try.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, yeah. They say you duelled General Vauban within a ring of flames. I did not think the man so ostentatious. Would that I could have seen it. After we parted ways in Matoya's cave, I returned to speak with Tataru. We agreed to tell the others only that our search for Minfilia had reached an impasse. I subsequently learned that you had left the Falcon's Nest, but I thought it best to keep to myself for a time. I might want to rely on you overmuch when we are together, and I needed to think, to reflect. I still do, I suspect, but matters here seem to be coming to a head. In short, there are some things I feel I must say, though nothing so urgent that they cannot wait until after the conference. So let us make for Falcon's Nest and see if Lord Arturel has need of our assistance. Right. Well met, Master Ironheart, and thank you for looking after my brother. They say he fought bravely, that he did not dishonour his house, but you, my lord, to you we owe everything. As you can see, we have made every effort to strike while the iron is hot. We made our intentions known, and that all would be welcome to attend, and so they came. By the grace of the Fury, they came. The ceremony will not be a lengthy affair. Oh shit, I accidentally skipped that. Well, there you have it. We have been forbidden from meddling. Shall we wait? I'll have the other matters to attend to before the ceremony begins. Excellent. I only hope Thancred and the others will not be late. Epical events do not come around very often. Been done properly this time.
The appointed hour approaches.
Aye.
She begged leave to watch the proceedings. I saw no reason not to grant it.
So she's alive. She did not get killed.
Should I choose to deviate from my prepared remarks, I ask that you trust in my judgment.
Have I ever done otherwise?
Here comes Vidofnir.
Look!
The White Dragon!
Ah, how long it hath been since our peoples met thus, children of Thordan, even by our reckoning.
Vidofnir, Daughter of Hraesvelga, we give thanks for your visit, and bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest.
Our sire bade us hearken unto the whispers of our hearts. They spoke to us of a paradise lost, of bonds of brotherhood which they yearned to see restored.
Ours too yearn for such a restoration, and they have guided us here this day, that they might yearn no longer. Brothers and sisters, ye who stand as witness, hearken to me. Since the days of Eld, when the bonds betwixt man and dragon were sundered by our hand, our peoples have known only war. Bloodshed without end, losses beyond counting, and still we fought. And still we fought. Some wounds do not heal. The dead cannot be returned to us. But we, the living, can yet choose another course. Here and now, we can lay down this burden, this hatred, this vengeance. Our forebears fought not so that we could die, but that we might live. So let us honor their sacrifice and spare our children this death sentence. Let us gift them a new legacy. Life.
Ah, you didn't think about that, did you? Yep, there you go. Now she's probably thinking she's a mug for what she did earlier.
Betwixt our peoples yawneth a divide deeper than the deepest abyss, wider than the widest sea. Generations will live and die ere this divide is bridged. Knowing this, doth thy heart yet yearn for peace, son of Thordan?
Look now on the legacy we would leave to our children. A dream of peace, inscribed in stone for generations to come.
Father and his beloved, as they were so long ago, happy and at peace.
Shiva and Hraesvelga.
The dream they shared shall be ours once more.
Is that Astinian?
Your bow!
Astinian bastard.
Stravania. Art thou grown so forgetful that thou wouldst forsake kith and kin and consort with the spawn of Thornton? That thou wouldst dare contemplate peace? Hearken unto me, all of you. The final chorus is nigh, and all will be held to account. All will bathe in the flames of retribution. Till the coming of that day, look you on your sins and despair, for none shall escape my wrath. None shall escape my revenge.
7 hells.
And it's Nidhogg.
Damn you, Nidhogg.
Hells, take that worm! While he lives, we'll never know peace.
Aye! There'll be no end to this war till Nidhogg is dead and gone!
So let's kill the bastard and be done with it. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
There we go. Mob. That's a shame about Vidofnir. There they go, the last of the guests, having come hither with hope in their hearts, to depart with hatred and bloodlust. Until the moment I saw him strike, I still held some small hope that what you had seen in Azislar was an illusion. Perhaps. But he acted without hesitation, as did Sir Aymeric. For a mercy, Vidofnir's wound was not mortal, and so Lucia tells me. The dragon was spirited away to Annex Trine to receive care from her brethren. We can but hope her recovery is swift. But such was surely Nidhogg's intent, to deliver a proclamation not only to the children of Forden, but to his kindred. War is coming, and ye who do not stand with us, stand apart. She was an example, a message to her brood, another instrument of his vengeance, like a Stinian. When I said I wished to speak with you after the conference, I confess I envisaged rather happier circumstances. If anything, however, this latest tragedy makes the need more pressing. There are things I must say, not to the Warrior of Light, or even my fellow Scion, but to you, Aramir, my friend. But not here, no. But of course, the intercessory in Camp Dragonhead is still open to us. Let us go there. It's a shame about Astinian. he has been taken over. But he can turn into Estinian and then turn back into his dragon form, which is not good. It's 1 AM, I don't think I'm getting into any of them, so I'll just continue the story for now.
Forgive me, that took longer than expected. You seem puzzled. Oh, these. I thought something warming might not go amiss. It was not all that long ago that we sat here, you and I, in our very own falling snows, as Lord Horseron called it. I still struggle to believe he is gone. And Azelle too. I had such hopes for her.
I guess for Alphino it's so surreal he hasn't had a chance to talk about it yet.
Why we fight, and why we die, while I still commander of the Braves, I would doubtless have replied, for the future of Eorzea. But I'm not that man. Not anymore. I needed a new answer. One that I could live with. And when I saw Estinian at the ceremony, I knew at last what it was. I do not want to be a man who sacrifices his friends and family for a cause. I want to fight for Estinian, and I want to save him. When Nidhogg leads the Horde into battle, Ser Emeric and his forces will do what they believe must be done. That is their choice to make. Yet even if Ser Emeric is willing to forsake Estinian, I am not. We must fight for him, for he is our friend and ally. We may struggle, we may fail, but we must try. We will. I know we will.
There we are. Thank you, Aramir. It is unfair of me to unburden myself in this manner. Time after time, but I am glad that you permit me nonetheless. You are my true friend and ally. Though not all of our fellow Scions will support our stance on Estinian, I have faith that we will win them over in due course. Such is the infectious power of hope. Right, that is quite enough solemn introspection for one night. I think we would both benefit from some time in the company of Tataru. She stays for us at Faton Manor. Let us not keep her waiting any longer. Quite sad, everything that's happened, of course, but we have to find a way to sort this out. Oh shit, it's not the jeweled crozier, wrong one. I need the last visual. Don't know how much longer I want to go for. It's been just over an hour, but it's just story stuff, clearly. Yet again we walk an all too familiar path. I am reminded of when we first came to this manor. Lost and uncertain, we were granted succour in our hour of need. We were saved, and now it is our turn to return the favour. Hear, hear. Let no one say that the signs do not repay their debts. After all, what kind of people would we be if we forsook our friends, if we stopped looking for Ida and Papalimo, or if we gave up hoping of bringing Minfilia back? Though she knew it would cost her dearly, Minfilia reached out to us to deliver a message. She believed it was imperative that we understand the true nature of this star, of the rift between Zodiac and Hydaelyn, and of the Ascians' aspirations. But for all that has been revealed, I cannot shake the suspicion that there is much we have yet to learn. In any event, I think it's time we step back from the fray and carefully consider our next course of action. It will not be easy to turn this tragedy to triumph, but we will find a way. We will. We will.
Of all the ways for it to end. Even before his transformation, I could feel the worm's hatred swirling about Estinian. The terrible, all-consuming rage. Enough to fuel a 1,000-year quest for vengeance. It was all I could do not to run away screaming. But Ishgardians, nay, all Eorzeans, are made of sterner stuff. They face danger and death on a daily basis and understand what it takes to win a war.
Think not too deeply on Master Matoya's words. Her intent was but to steal our resolve. That, and to remind us to look beyond these passing conflicts to trials greater still, to the truth which hides at the heart of this world.
So that's your aim, is it?
You disapprove?
Not at all. I believe it's traditional for the student to follow in the footsteps of the master. And you are so very alike.
There's the Warriors of Darkness who are also involved in this. And Thancred's one step ahead of him.
Change. That great inexorable wave was upon us, and soon all of Ishgard would bend to its will. For all our sins, for all our scars, the future for which we had long yearned was at last within our grasp. But it would be bought at a heavy price.
Any character, of course, can die as well.
For in those twilight hours,
yes,
did Nidhogg cry out for vengeance, and his brethren raise their voices for the final chorus of the Dragon Song War.
For memoirs accounted month of Tom, heavensward the gears of change. Is this Ida and Papalimo? Yep. Caution, Ida. This is all I ask. Do not be so eager to place your faith in them, not until we know more. This is Little Alamigo, right? So there's that going on as well. There's a few different things going on at once. So we've got the whole problem with Nidhogg. We've got the Warriors of Darkness. There's a lot, anyway. Master Reinhardt, it is well that you are here. You are wanted within. I believe Master Alphino wishes a word with you. Haramir, there you are. Have you a moment? There is something I would fain discuss. I must ask you to recall the events which unfolded at the peace conference, though I dare say you would sooner forget them. My mind returns again and again to the moment when Nidhogg appeared before the crowd in the guise of Estinian. It was a sight to chill the soul, but one which gave me reason to hope that our friend might not be beyond salvation. When you described his fateful transformation of Aziz's Law, I feared him lost forever, but the mere fact that some semblance of his former self endures must surely count for something. Alas, I have no evidence to support this impression. Thus did I turn to Y'shtola and Cryle for a more empirical appraisal, and full glad I am that I did, for it would seem they have some observations of their own to share. The ladies have saved us a table at the Forgotten Night. Shall we go? Excellent. Let's not keep our honoured colleagues waiting. We're going to continue this for a bit. 1 hour and 13, we'll get to about an hour and a half, I reckon. And that'll be good to carry on from you.
We have kept you waiting over long, I fear.
Not to worry, Alphino. We had some rather fine mulled wine to keep us company. Truth be told, you could have delayed your arrival a few moments more.
Gibrion got the spicing just right this time. His latest batch is not only delicious and warming, but soothing to the humours.
Indeed. But 'twas not to soothe our humours that we gathered here.
Ah, no, quite right. The matter of that poor dragoon.
You have discovered something. A means to save him?
Let us not jump to conclusions, shall we? Assess the facts presented, then make an educated analysis, as you were taught.
Pray, cast your mind back to the moment of Estinian's transformation. Do you recall how you described it to us? You spoke of the sudden pangs which racked his body when he took up both of Nidhogg's eyes, and of how his form was twisted thereafter into a shadowy semblance of the great worm.
When he appeared at Falcon's Nest, the worm's eyes were fused to his mail.
Would that only his armour had been corrupted. Snaking forth from the eyes, I descried dark tendrils which entangled his very being. His ether has been all but smothered.
Then he is lost to us forever?
What did I just say about jumping to conclusions? Y'shtola clearly stated all but smothered. As I later discovered, her impression matched my own. Though Nidhogg's presence filled my mind's eye, beneath his seething aura, I sensed the merest hint of something else. And after listening to Y'shtola's observations, I became more certain of my suspicion that the something else I had sensed was, in fact, the trace of a different will, submerged in the sea of Nidhogg's rage.
You mean...
Yes, 'tis like that Estinian spirit yet lingers.
Can we not wrest him from Nidhogg's grasp, then? Tear the eyes from the armour?
We know not if that would serve to separate Worm's soul from man's. None have ever attempted such a feat.
Should it offer even the faintest hope of success, then by the gods, I shall be the first to try.
Alphino, by all means hold fast to your hope, but be mindful of the dangers. Even should you succeed in excising the eyes from the dragoon's mail, we have no way of knowing if your friend's soul would survive so violent a separation. And that is to say nothing of the possibility that his would-be saviour might become Nidhogg's next host.
But what other choice remains to us? Should the opportunity present itself, I will tear those foul orbs from Estinian's armour and trust in the resilience of his soul, even at the risk of mine own.
Ah, I found you at last.
It's on a raw.
A messenger of the Temple Knights came to the manor some few hours past. The Lord Commander humbly requests the company of the Warrior of Light and Master Alphino.
Sir Emmerich would speak with us. Very well, thank you, Onawa.
'Twould seem duty calls. Pray see to yours, and we shall return to ours.
Thank you, Y'shtola, Kryl. Your words have given me hope where there was none. Come then, Sir Emmerich awaits.
Alphino is allowing his feelings for this dragoon to cloud his thoughts. I worry he may do something rash. Keep an eye on him, would you?
Midgard Sorma.
They think more of their friends' deliverance than their foes' defeat. But will history commend their fealty or condemn their folly?
Who knows, Midgard Sorma, who knows?
The conference held at Falcon's Nest was to be a celebration of the reconciliation twixt man and dragon. But the lingering shade of Nidhogg, clad in the flesh of the Azure Dragoon, did mark the occasion by spilling the blood of his own kind. A timely atrocity to remind the children of Ishgard that the Dragonsong War was far from over. And when fear gave way to fury, the call to arms rang out anew. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
What news has Sir Aymeric to share with us, I wonder? Might Sir Aymeric perchance have received word of a Dravanian advance? Or mayhap they have located... that is to say, mayhap Nidhogg has been found. Come, I would hear what the Lord Commander has to say.
My friends, I thank you for coming.
Yeah, boy.
You have had news of Nidhogg?
Alas not. Our scouts range far and wide, but they have as yet found no trace of the Great Worm.
We dispatched an elite unit of dragoons to reconnoiter the churning mists, but even they returned empty-handed.
A pity.
Fear not, Alphino. We shall see the worm again soon enough. His words at Falcon's Nest attest to that. Indeed, he is like to come sooner than we would wish.
I assume Ishgard's defences are being bolstered as we speak?
With all haste. I mean to call upon every able-bodied warrior at our disposal, from the knights of the Four Houses to the men and women of the Watch. But I did not summon you to discuss strategy.
What then would you have of us, my lord?
I will speak plain. Now that Nidhogg is possessed of both of his eyes, no mortal force we can muster will repel him. That being the case, we must needs recruit an ally of equal strength.
You speak of Hraesvelgr?
I do. To whom else could we turn?
That he is Nidhogg's equal I do not deny, nor can I name another. But convincing the reclusive creature to do battle with his own brood brother will be... how shall I put this?
It will be no small undertaking, yes. Estinian's report was most particular about Hraesvelgr's unwillingness to involve himself in the affairs of men. But much has changed since your visit to Somar, and if there is even a chance that the dragon may be swayed, I must plead our case. Whatever price the dragon asks of me, I shall pay it. Such was my oath, to defend the people of Ishgard. Come what may, my friends, the battle with Nidhogg will mark the end of my tenure as the acting head of church and state. Will you help me discharge this final duty?
We will, my lord, though I fear our involvement offers no guarantee of success. Come then, we will depart at your leisure.
Thank you. Both of you.
So I'll do this and then...
The city is yours, First Commander.
My lord, we shall pray for your swift return.
Well. It grieves me to impose upon you in this manner, but you of all people understand the threat we now face. It is no imposition, Sir Emmerich. To Amaru and I, Ishgard is as a second home. After the many battles we have fought and the bonds we have forged, the plight of your nation has become our own. If there is aught that we can do to aid in its salvation, then pray impose all you must. You are true friends. Shall we be about our task then? We have no way of knowing when Nidhogg's shade will strike, but we must assume that time is not our ally. Indeed, with that in mind, I have taken the liberty of dispatching a messenger to inform Mistress Tataru that you will be escorting me to Somal. I confess I did not provide the exact details of our destination, as they are yet unknown to me. We will summon Hraesvelgr at Zenith in the churning mists, ere we begin our ascent. However, I think it best that we pay a visit to Annex Shrine. You seek an advantage in the coming negotiations? I do. I would consult with Vidofnir. I proposed this in part out of concern for her condition. Were she to succumb to her wounds, it could have grave consequences for our alliance. That apart, she may be able to provide insight into her sire's current state of mind. Well reasoned, to Dravanian Forlands then. Dun 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 dun. Hello, Daphne. Ah, 'tis the warrior of warriors and his companions. What bringeth you to mine abode? Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, Vidofnir. I hope your wound does not pain you overmuch. This thou imagined me close to death. The thrust was deep, but not mortal. I will heal in time. Full glad am I to hear it. You were the guest of honour at our conference, and we failed in our duty of protection. On behalf of Ishgard, I apologise unreservedly. I am a dragon full grown, and thou fought to protect me, mortal? I was tempered by the fires of battle ere thy great-grandsire learned to crawl. Thy words do remind me of a knight whom I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from harm and hardship. Would that we could return to that era of peace, when man and dragon knew such comradeship. Would that our every effort to do so were not undone by ancient rancour. For a truth there can be no peace while Nidhogg's shade yet lingereth. That much is plain, yet we lack the strength to banish him. Thus do we make for some hour to beseech your aid of your sire once more. Folly! Thou knowest as well as I how you will answer. Grace Velga's heart remains unchanged then, a pity, but if it is folly to hope, I am intent to die a fool. As hath ever been the way with thy kind, go then, but be warned, the shades present have driven its minions to frenzy. Thank you, Vidofnir. We shall disturb your rest no longer. Though I expected no better answer from Vidofnir, I take little pleasure from having been proven right. It would seem that our presence at the Zenith will be every bit as unwelcome as I had anticipated. What is the ire of one great worm to a trio of self-confessed fools such as ourselves? Let us begin our ascent. After you, Master Alphino. Scout ahead if you wish, Aramir. We shall join you outside Mogholm. I'd heard tales of the world above the clouds, but never did I dream. One's mind paints a pale picture of its majesty. Few live to see such wonders. I am reminded of my first visit to this peak, when Estinian and the sail yet walked at our side. Kupopo, is that you, Aramir? Ah, if it isn't Mog, don't tell me you forgot my name, Kupo, after all we've been through together. At least you remember me. You do remember me, don't you, Aramir? How could I forget you, Moglin? How could you mistake me for that overstuffed throne warmer? I'm Mogan, the courageous Moogle who guided you to Zenith, Kupo. But putting our shared history to one side, what brings you and your friends to Mog home, Kupo? Ah, another audience with old Horace Felger. Well, I hope you've brought the horn, Kupo. With the winds as gentle as they are, good loud toot should reach the Great Worm's ears easily enough. That is good to hear, Mogan, thank you. We had best press on to Zenith, while the winds are in our favour. Now that was unexpected, Kupo. Chieftain Moglin will want to hear about this. Did you just call him an overstuffed whatever? Oh. We'll do this and then we'll end it. Hello again.
Great Hraesvelgr, 'tis not likely that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Greetings, Hraesvelgr. I am Emeric de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people.
Yep, that is precisely it.
You foresaw mine intent.
What's Emeric gonna say?
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope? I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Rizel upon your back? So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting. It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the warrior of light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours. Alas, your brother Worm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Oh, Midgard's almost showed himself. Well, that's the thing, like, it's not Nidhogg anymore, it's just a culmination of Nidhogg. It's not really him. There we go. Well, he's going to put us to the test. That's the main thing. So Midgard saw my help there with the persuasion. She's like, that's not my son, that's not your brother. I believe I spied a wyvern landing just outside the palace. It is doubtless one of the children of whom Hraesvelgr spoke. Come, my friends, let us not keep our escort waiting. My broodmates and I will bear you to the place of your trial. Make your preparations. Saw Kai now available. Well, so that marks the end of this episode of my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV within the Final Fantasy Marathon, and in the next episode I will be completing more raids, trials, dungeons and whatever else, whilst also in the meantime continuing the main post-game story. But until then, hope you have enjoyed, and I'll